The lights dim, the piano intro drops, and then the energy explodes. Thousands chant every word to dreams and nightmares in unison. This is Meek Mill's calling card, the moment that defines him. But behind the anthems and the roar of the crowd lies a journey of hardship, controversy, redemption, and triumph. This is the story of Meek Mill. Chapter 1. North Philly Roots, 1987 to 2007. Robert Rymeek Williams was born in South Philadelphia in 1987, but it was the streets of North Philly that raised him. At age 5, his father was tragically murdered during an attempted robbery. That loss, combined with the hardships of growing up in poverty, shaped young Meek's worldview. Raised by his mother, who worked multiple jobs and sometimes shoplifted just to feed the family, Meek grew up surrounded by violence and instability. Yet, he developed a passion for hip-hop, idolizing rappers like DMX and Sheek Raw. With a notebook always nearby, he started writing rhymes, turning pain into lyrics. As a teenager, Meek became known for participating in local rap battles. His style, fast-paced, aggressive, and relentless, stood out. With braided hair, oversized clothes, and an unshakable hunger, he became a local battle rap favorite. Soon, Meek Mills, as he was known back then, was ready to take his city by storm. Chapter 2. The Mixtape Grinder, 2007 to 2010. Philadelphia had always respected the mixtape grind, and Meek Mill lived in that culture. His Flamers mixtape series, 2007 to 2010, became legendary in the city. Tracks like In My Bag and Make 'Em Say spread through Philly block by block, earning him a reputation as the voice of the streets. He caught the attention of TY and signed to Grand Hustle, but legal issues derailed the opportunity. Arrested on gun and drug charges in 2008, Meek spent months in jail. The setback only made him hungrier. Returning to the streets, he doubled down on his grind. Flamers 2 and Flamers 2.5 elevated his profile with a raspy delivery that mixed pain and ambition. By the time he dropped Mr. Philadelphia in 2010, he was no longer just a local name. He was a rapper with industry attention. Chapter 3. Maybach Music and the Breakthrough, 2011 to 2012. Opportunity knocked again in 2011 when Rick Ross signed Meek to Maybach Music Group. This was the turning point. On MMG's Self-Made Volume, one compilation, Meek's Tupac Back, It, and I'm a Boss became instant street anthems. The energy, the aggression, the hunger, Meek had arrived on a national stage. In 2012, he released Dreams and Nightmares. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, but it was the intro track that became timeless. Starting slow with a reflective piano, then exploding into fury, Dreams and Nightmares intro became an anthem of perseverance. Athletes, hustlers, and fans everywhere embraced it. This wasn't just an album launch, it was a coronation. Meek Mill had transitioned from North Philly's corner battles to rap's main stage. Chapter 4. Fame, Love, and Feuds, 2013 to 2016. By the mid-2000s, Meek Mill was one of hip-hop's hottest names. He released Dream Chasers 2 and Dream Chasers 3, continuing his acclaimed mixtape series. His romance with Nicki Minaj, which became public in 2015, added another layer of fame and pressure. But fame came with problems. In 2015, he publicly accused Drake of using ghostwriters. What followed was one of hip-hop's most viral beefs. Drake fired back with Charged Up and the devastating Back to Back, while Meek's response, Wanna Know, failed to land with the same impact. Social media turned on Meek, and for a time, he became a punchline. Yet even as his public image took a hit, his fan base remained loyal. Tracks like Lord Knows and RICO with Drake proved his ability to make hits, even in the midst of controversy. Chapter 5. Trials, Prison, and Public Support, 2017 to 2018. Meek's legal troubles dated back to his teenage years, and probation violations haunted him for over a decade. In 2017, after popping a wheelie in a music video, a judge sentenced him to 2 to 4 years in prison. The punishment was widely criticized as excessive and unjust. The world took notice. Jay-Z wrote an op-ed for the New York Times. Colin Kaepernick spoke out. And celebrities across sports and music called for Meek's release. A hashtag Free Meek Mill movement was born. After 5 months behind bars, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court ordered his release in 2018. Meek was flown by helicopter directly to a Philadelphia 76ers playoff game, where he rang the Liberty Bell before tip-off. The moment symbolized resilience and hope, and it shifted Meek's role from rapper to activist. Chapter 6. Championships and Beyond, 2018, present. Fresh out of prison, Meek dropped Championships in late 2018, an album that became one of his most celebrated works. The project featured Jay-Z, Rick Ross, and even Drake. marking the end of their feud. Tracks like What's Free with Jay-Z and Rick Ross showed his growth, tackling systemic oppression while still delivering street bangers. Going Bad, his reunion track with Drake, went multi-platinum, proving Meek's resilience as both an artist and a cultural figure. Beyond music, Meek co-founded the Reform Alliance alongside Jay-Z, Michael Rubin, and others, fighting to change probation and parole laws. His transformation from a rapper haunted by the system to a leader fighting to fix it solidified his legacy beyond hip-hop. Meek Mill's journey is the embodiment of dreams and nightmares, from the loss of his father to rap battles on Philly corners, from Drake feuds to wrongful imprisonment, from anthems that shake stadiums to movements that change laws. His story is one of survival, growth, and triumph. So, I'll ask you, do you think Meek Mill's greatest legacy will be his music or his role in reforming the justice system? Drop your thoughts in the comments.